Hey guys, happy Saturday. I hope week 3 of working from home isn't so bad for you. Or, like me, you're a little delirious now, so probably go outside, get a bit of fresh air in the cold, and do some exercises. But today we are going to go through quite a bit of topic. We are going to first go through the video assignment VA1 showcase. So I'm going to go through all your videos and then give you guys feedback and comments. I'm also going to show you guys advanced editing techniques that will help you in your future assignments. And also, we will be talking about producing and deconstruction of an explainer. So this will be your final assignment. So I'm going to introduce it to you guys early so you can kind of start thinking about it. Also, I want you to remember to, at the end of this lecture, when you finish watching it, to reply back to the Facebook post where I post the lectures in, and then write either 2 questions that you have in mind while listening to the lecture, or just certain things that you noticed or things that intrigued you or things you've learned from watching this specific lecture. So that way we can encourage class participation. So it's a way for me to know that you guys are listening to it, and also it's a good way to just be able to communicate a little bit more. I know at least one of you guys have done it already, so thank you very much for asking a lot of questions. And then later on, we will do not face to face, but one-on-one sessions through either Skype or FaceTime or whatever works for you. So let's start. So let's check JC's video first.
我寧願唔賣。我第一，我唔會賣啲唔優質嘅口罩；第二，我唔會天價賣出去嘅。呢個係我做我哋信明藥房嘅原則。當然啦，我哋都係主張係賣靚嘅優質嘅口罩嘅，不明來歷嗰啲我哋係唔會入貨嘅。一層啊兩層嗰啲我哋唔會考慮咯。總之唔係醫護口罩，我哋唔會考慮咯。最主要日本啦、新加坡啦、台灣啦，其實國內有一啲好優質嘅口罩嘅，我哋會咁樣優先考慮咯。其實來貨商都俾唔到時間我哋其實都好擔心。好似最近2月3號有一櫃新加坡嚟嘅口罩，來貨商同我哋講話新加坡禁止出口，基本上我哋都係平時都賣開口罩嘅。不過呢段時間係特別多，但係真係貨源唔充足。都我希望快脆過咗呢個疫情啦。
Sorry about that, but okay. So, JC, as you've noticed, you definitely didn't have enough B-roll. You have no B-roll of this person, of this owner, Joyce, and it's so critical that you get B-roll of this person. I've explained this last week and the week before, that when you construct the story of a character, you need B-roll to tell a story about this character. You need to follow them. I need to see more of this pharmacy than whatever you're showing. So that is kind of the biggest thing that I see right now, that I don't see any of the shots of even her working. And because of that, visually, it's not very compelling. It probably is better if you just make this image full screen, because I'm not really sure why you have a black screen. It just kind of looks like a mistake. So I will full screen this, and if the picture is too small, then I'll make the background a bit blurrier. So then you use this shot. But this, I can't read Chinese, so I'm not really sure what this Chinese word says. I don't know what it says. So if somebody does not know how to read Chinese and they don't know what it says, then I'm assuming maybe your text slate is gonna say what the sign says. but this is not the most exciting opening shot. It would be better if there's shots of her selling face masks to people. This is a great interview shot. Lovely rule of thirds. It's pretty much almost bang on. The only problem I have with this is that you're supposed to mic her, meaning miking her with a clip-on mic, but you actually using the handheld mic, which is not ideal because then she has to hold it herself. It looks a little clunky. It looks like she's a reporter actually. And also, it's better to try to make the mic as not the least noticeable as possible. So this handheld mic, I don't want to see it unless it's for Vox Pop. So let's say you are out, if you're doing this coronavirus story with mask, I would prefer that you go out and actually interview people on the streets. Like, how hard is it for you to get masks out there? And actually, to make this story even more compelling, you should be starting this video with 3 sound bites from people, a vox pop going, oh my god, it's so hard to get, masks, like I'm running out, I'm so low, I have to line up whatever a day, and you just don't have that. But this shot is very nice. This is very nicely shot, very much in frame. I do like this shot, except a lot of your wide shots are blurry. Like, these 2 women are definitely in the front or focused, but they're already kind of left the shot. Your focusing is a little bit not great here. And you could have easily taken a lot more B-roll here, meaning you could have got more close-ups, medium shots, actual sequences. I didn't see any sequence from this video. Use more of this again. I'm surprised why you didn't shoot, like, I'm sure you have masks too, right? You couldn't have got somebody in your household to, like, put on a mask for you. That could have been a shot by itself. These are really good text slates, though. They're really short. And it's really easy to read. So good job on the text slates. This shot, again, is out of focus. I think you're trying to shoot the box of face masks, but instead we're getting the back of life temp, the thermometer. So really be careful about your focusing. Again, I have no clue what this says. So if we're going to show Chinese signs, make sure you write, on the side what is actually saying for people who can't read Chinese. This shot is out of focus again. I don't mind this shot, but yeah, and then you need to end it with a much more, like I've mentioned this before, your first shot needs to be compelling and capturing, and your last shot needs to be insightful, and this is not. I think overall, this is a very good first effort and attempt. There's a very good story because right now, pharmacies increasing prices to surgical masks and having fake masks are everywhere. This is very newsy and it's very timely. I think with a lot more B-roll, if you spend another day filming B-roll, especially of her, you would have probably got a lot more better shots. And there's some focus issues with the B-roll, but other than that, I think you did a solid job. And this is a well constructed news video. It's just missing a lot of B-roll to just make it, to push it up into a professional level. But good effort. Now for your next one. Next one from Iris.
都係做緊一啲嘢，就係即係同其他書店一樣啦，推廣閱讀啦。咁我哋除咗有呢個咁嘅空間之外咧，其實我哋仲用出面嘅空間去做好多讀書分享會啊，係啦，新書簽售會，推廣翻香港嘅本土創作啦。你見到我哋有好多都係一啲本土嘅藝術家或者係插畫師嚇，或者係一啲即係手工嘢，咁都係希望即係藉住呢一個平台去介紹佢哋俾大家嘅。近距離咁樣見到一啲星級嘅作者啦，咁雖然我哋係一個即係超迷你嘅書店，但係唔知點解又有呢個機會邀請到一啲即係哇係即係世界級嘅作家，咁譬如中國最重要嘅詩人啦，北島啦，咁佢已經70歲啦，咁佢又即係唔嫌棄我哋咁細嘅地方，咁過嚟同啲讀者一齊念詩，咁我哋有機會又可以即係見下佢真人嘅風采咁樣。
Okay. So I think the intro is interesting. I'm surprised you went from sharp to blurry, because I would assume you want to go from blurry to sharp, just as like a good start to the video, but you went the opposite, which confused me a little bit. I do like your text slates, but I do prefer if you would use the Hong Kong Free Press ones, because it keeps all the assignments uniform. So I don't mind it. They are quite simple, but I prefer to use the Hong Kong Free Press template next time, okay? So I think you have quite a lot of B-roll. Oh, I really, really liked that you decided to use kind of fake pages flipping. Is a nice touch. It's quite interesting. I do like it. I do like that a lot, but I might argue that you overuse it towards the end. Another thing I noticed is that a lot of your shots were not using tripods. Even the interview shot, as I could tell. Yeah, I can tell from your interview shots that you weren't really using a tripod. So please try to use a tripod, even if the space is quite small. Just really try to use it. I do not ever want to see like a really quick fade to black. I do not want to see that. I don't want to see any fades. I want to see straight cuts. As for the flow of your editing, I think you did a really great job getting a variety of B-roll, a lot of close-ups. I really like it. But my problem is that your B-roll appears quite quick. Some of your shots only, oh, this is a black frame right here. You see it? A black frame. See, from here to here, the shot is so quick. From here, next one to here. It's so quick that I can't even see it. And sometimes I see that in your editing, that it just kind of like appears and then it disappears. I do really like, and it happens again. You see that? So that shot, and it happens again. So it's really dizzy actually as a viewer to keep seeing such quick pacing of shots. As I said, you need to at least have the shot stay in the frame for at least 2 seconds minimum. So these are really quick for me. This shot, she's not focused. Actually, you have a little bit of focusing problems. So remember to actually zoom in with your magnifier and really make sure that she's in focus. Or in this case, you might actually want to use the auto focus, because since she's moving anyways and everything else in the background is static, it might be easier for the camera to catch her, to try focus on her. Yeah, a lot of nice close-up and B-roll, but a lot of shaky shots, as you can see, because you didn't use any tripods. My biggest problem I think editorially is that I'm not really sure what the problem is. Meaning I don't really know what the conflict is. This kind of sounds like a promotional material, but as I see from the social videos, I need you to have a conflict, even though the social video is supposed to, something that people want to see when they're viewing on their phones. But there's not one like conflict that really grabs me that wants me to, like, why should I go here? What makes this bookstore so different from others? So I'm not really seeing that. So yeah, I guess my biggest problem editorially is that there is no conflict. I see zero conflict. You basically see this woman talking about a bookstore, but I don't know what's the big deal about this bookstore. Is it like the top bookstore in Hong Kong? Is it the only bookstore that sells local books? Like, I don't know what's the big deal with this bookstore and why we're listening about it. But overall, I think you shot a lot of B-roll. I think you had a lot of close-ups, which I loved. If you know how to just use a bit more of a tripod, like most of the time, I think it would be a pretty good video. So, solid effort. I'm now going to the last one.
搬咗嚟1年幾咯，睇下咩區咯。如果去九龍港島其實頗方便。尋日坐過一次咯，坐咗去沙田，但係要坐去大圍轉火車，坐咗10零分鐘到沙田。我本身喺大學站翻工嘅，通車之前我係行去鑽石山搭巴士去大埔公路落車咁樣咯。巴士其實佢幾快嘅，只不過佢係1個鐘一班比較耐，所以就麻煩在呢個，但係如果講時間嗰其實唔會爭好遠。一開個頭幾日一定多咗好多人嘅，我估長期嚟講唔會太大影響嘅。
Okay, so I think out of the three videos, this is probably visually the nicest. Oops, it went back to the other one. This is visually the best shot I've seen. These are good text slates. These are really good text slates. They're short, simple, sweet, very good visuals. So in this case, so in the bookstore one, Iris went from sharp to blurry to open the shot. But really, this shot makes more sense, which is basically go from blurry to sharp. You see that? And this kind of opens the shot. I like that, people are going in. So you start off with going in. There's tons of great B-roll. But notice that right here, you see these white lines, these white spots. This is overexposed. So a lot of your shots, a few of your shots are actually slightly overexposed when you shoot them outside. I need you to remember to lower the ISO and just to make sure it's a bit, more suitable for outside shooting. Another great text slate. By the way, these are really great sounds as well. Like, really nice ambient sound. Like, da-da-da, I love it. Dude, like, this is great sound. I love this as well. This is a little bit of focus. Slightly. My biggest problem, I guess, editorially, is that we basically wait until 33 seconds to hear a first soundbite. And I just feel that if you're looking at a social video, people normally already start talking within like the first 15 seconds. So it kind of lost my interest for a bit because I really wasn't sure what this is about. Try to get I see this is Mr. Tang. Try to get their full name because that's also important. Assuming this person is our main character. The camera is, if you notice, the camera is actually quite low. It's placed way too low on him. You need the tripod to raise up, way up higher, so the camera can hit his eye. You need to be at eye level with the person you're interviewing. Also, his shot is quite blue, so you need to, yeah, this shot is too blue. That means your camera was adjusted to the inside of the MTR, but not quite outdoors. So that's my other thing you need to check, which is white balance. I think you did a pretty good job overall. These are really great B-roll. I love this. It's really sharp. You're taking this bus. And then again, it's overexposed and it's quite blue as well. So you see here, these are white spots. So if this is the sky, we're supposed to be able to at least see the clouds, right? But we don't see any of that because it's too bright. And then, but then inside of the MTR, these shots are great, like really great shots. I didn't realize what the conflict was until pretty much till 5 seconds left of this, until minute and 9 seconds left of this. I didn't really realize what the conflict was until 1 minute and 9 seconds in, which is basically he doesn't think a lot of people would use this MTR. But I would have brought this guy a lot earlier. I would have brought his soundbite. The new rail line is quite convenient. If I have to travel to Hong Kong Islands or Kowloon side, and then have this in like basically, I would start showing his soundbite right here after this. After this shot, I will have this guy talk. And then the next time you see him is another 10-15 seconds in. I took the new rail line yesterday to Sha Tin Station, but I have to get off at Tai Wai Station to switch to the East Line. It took me more than 10 minutes in total. Like, I think you put all your quotes into one section and you did spread it out, so it wasn't. So I didn't. I feel like it feels. Yeah, I definitely would. So my biggest thing is that I will actually cut up his sound bites a bit more and put the first part of a sound bite much earlier to introduce the fact that this is a person who's using it. I also would like you to have, I mean, this is maybe a vox pop, but if this is your only interview, then I think he's the main character, right? So if that's the case, you need to get B-roll of him actually entering the MTR or walking away. So you have to like say, oh, thank you, can I just shoot a shot of you walking away from me, and that's it, right? So I just kind of need a little bit more B-roll because since you shot B-roll, since you decided to use him as your character subject, you need to shoot more B-roll of him. But overall, I think you did a great job. This is a nice closing. Actually, what will be a nice closing is if you get people leaving the station. So instead of entering the station, getting someone leaving the station will be a lot more insightful because you already got a shot of people entering the station like this. So wouldn't it make more sense for you to then get a shot of them leaving the station and then it's like and then you bookend that piece. But overall, it's a really good job. You had lots of great B-roll. It's probably I think one of the strongest of the three I've seen so far. So good job. But yeah, I just need a little bit more. You need to work a little bit more on getting B-roll of your characters, and also white balancing, and even the shots where you did use a tripod, it looked really still. So I'm really impressed. There are 3 commonly made mistakes of VA1. Now, after seeing all 3 videos, I do think that there is a lot of potential in all 3 stories. There is good and bad in all 3 of them. I think it's a very good effort. I think it's a very strong showing as the first video. but there are 3 commonly made mistakes that I see as a theme in most of them. 1, where are my sequences? Sad face. We didn't exercise on sequences, so you could get into a habit of filming them when you're out on the field. I really, really want to see you filming sequences for your videos. And for all 3 videos, I saw no sequences. Second, focus, focus, focus. If you're using an action, if you're following an action or filming somebody doing something, use autofocus, especially if the background has nothing going on. If it's an interview or something static, then use manual focus. But basically, the focus is a bit off for all the videos, and I really want you guys to make sure the focus is on. And the last thing I see, which is the biggest problem of all, there's either no or not enough B-roll of the main character. So whoever you interviewed as your one person, I didn't see any B-roll of them, and you needed to have B-roll of these characters. I think for the bookstore video, you had a little bit of the bookstore person, the book owner, so I appreciate that. Thank you. But for the other 2, there were no B-roll of the person that you featured as your character. So those are 3 commonly made mistakes that I hope that I won't see it for your VA3, okay? This is really important. But I think you guys did a great job, and it's a great effort. And now I am going to show you quick fixes or advanced editing tricks that you need for Premiere Pro. If you screwed up, you can fix them in post. I also want to say you did a really great job in the audio portion. All 3 audio recording were great, clear, and I think you did a great job for that. So I'm really happy. So now let's go on to advanced editing techniques, and I'm going to show you how to fix your mistakes.